Welcome back to another episode of Hot Vegas Nights on Black Ice Reality Check. I'm your host, Black Ice. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, and hit the bell for the notification indicator so you get videos in the future. We have two double trouble, super hot guests that are single ladies. We're opening up the chat. This is live. We have Amber and Jade. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey.
Make sure you follow them on their Instagram. Right on. So, did you put both their Instagrams up there? Good deal. So I'm going to start with you since you're the closest.
Uh-oh.
Why don't you tell us about how old you are, you know, what you do for a living, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I am 26. My birthday is actually this month, so feel free to send some birthday love, you know what I'm saying?
Right on.
But I'm originally from Kansas City. I've been in Vegas for about 3 years now. I do bottle service in one of the strip clubs out here.
Oh, wow.
Don't want you guys stalking me, so I won't tell you where. But
That was you last night. I saw you. No, I'm just kidding.
no, that was my mom. No.
She's there with you, right on. How old are you again?
26.
26. Okay.
I'll be 27 this month.
And how long you been doing bottle service for?
Honestly, almost 8 years. Well, I've done everything in a strip club there is to do. Like I managed a club for 3 years in Kansas City. I danced for a little while. Did bottle service, cocktail waitress, house mom, a little bit of everything.
In Kansas City.
Here in Kansas City, yeah.
Really? So can I ask? Well, before we get you, introduce yourself.
I'm Jade.
All right. How old are you?
23.
23. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I'm illegal being in here. What do you do? What do you do for now? What do you do for a living?
I am a stripper.
You're a dancer. Okay.
Yes.
Is it an entertainer? Is that like, you know, when they have flight attendant and then they had like, what was the
Stewardess.
So is it offensive if a person calls you a stripper, or is
No.
it doesn't matter to you?
Not to me.
You just want the money. Show me the money, Jerry.
If you strip it, if you tipping, I'm stripping. Okay.
Okay. So how long have you been? So do you guys work at the same place?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So how long have you been dancing for?
Since I was 18.
19, 20. So what is that? 6 years? 6 years?
Yeah,
5
like
years?
5 or
Ooh,
6
time
years.
flies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Crazy.
And has it been the whole time? Has it been in Vegas?
Yes.
Okay. And you're both single.
And single,
Yes.
ready to mingle, baby.
Single, ready, minute. Okay. And you were from Vegas?
Born and raised.
And you're from KC.
Casey Mo, baby.
Okay. All right. Kansas City. Man, the Royals.
Go Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. We won't talk. I lost money against them.
Good.
A lot of money. I think $3,000. I lost $3,000 on them this year. So
I lost money on them last year, and then this year I was like, okay, well, double up,
Wow.
and then I won. So,
now, any of you went to college at all?
No.
yeah.
You did? Did you get an AA, BA?
So I have my associates in health science.
Health science. Okay. So here's the question. First thing I want to ask you is, why are you single right now?
I'm single because a lot of the time, first of all, it's hard to date anybody who's not in the nightclub industry in Vegas. Your sleep schedules don't match up. They usually are insecure or just don't understand the way that the business works. And I feel like at first they're like, oh no, it's not a problem. Like I can handle it. And then time goes on and they're like, you're coming home, super late at night. Like, I feel like I never get to see you. And then I'm like, then here comes the jealousy stuff. And I'm like,
You don't want to deal with it.
I'm just here to make money, and you're not mad whenever I take us out to dinner, go out and pay for stuff.
Oh, you pay for dinner.
Pay
Oh
for
my God.
vacations and stuff.
Guys, she pays for dinner. Okay.
Hey, I hold my own. I don't have any problem bringing to the table because I know I can sustain myself.
Right.
And I don't mind taking care of a man who takes care of me too.
Okay. And what about you? Why do you think you're single?
Oh, I'm single because I want to be single.
So you don't want to date. You don't want to.
No.
Okay. Do either one of you have children?
No.
Yes.
How many children?
3.
You have 3?
damn.
Yes, I have 3 kids.
What?
Yes.
Not
Now,
me to tell.
were you engaged, married, or?
I'm happily divorced.
Okay. So how long were you married for?
Technically, a year and a half, and then if you want to be like real technical, I was divorced after like 3 years, I think.
Wow.
Because the courts.
Oh, the courts took a while.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your long-term goals? Where do you see yourself in 2 to 5 years, Amber?
So honestly, back home in Kansas City, I did real estate for about 6 years. So I want to kind of get back and do my real estate stuff out here because I know a lot of people from California are flooding the market and it's going to be really
Sure.
busy. But also, I'm a singer and a songwriter, so I sing and
Okay.
write. So that's kind of would be more of something I'd like to do, but I feel like I've put my hobbies and passions on the back burner. But
Okay. What do you, as far as, do you want to be married one day?
I do. I'm a lover girl at heart. You know, I'm a flirt, but I'm a lover girl at heart. I would much rather. I would much rather be.
This is gonna get good here.
I would much rather be in a solid relationship with somebody who has my back, just like I have theirs. But
Okay, so do you want to have children?
I think that question is contingent on the fact of finding the right person.
Okay.
So the right person can make or break that. Like,
Okay.
and
you're like nothing to do with marriage or anything like that right now. You're just. Do you have? If you don't mind me asking, boys, girls? How many?
I have girl, boy, girl.
Girl, boy, girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're fine being single the rest of your life.
I mean, yeah, if I find someone that I like that meets my standards.
Okay. What's your standards?
My standards, I have a very specific type.
Okay. Tell me.
Like tall, light eyes, like light colored hair.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes
so that's the
dark, you
looks.
know?
That's the looks. What is the what value do you feel? What is your strength that you bring in the relationship? What do you feel is the best attribute you have to bring in a relationship to a man?
I would say I have a lot, but I would say I build men up.
You build men up. Okay.
Yes.
What about you?
Honestly, I think my main strengths in a relationship in general are that, first of all, it's what I need, but I also need that from, what I give is what I need from somebody else. I don't want somebody who's going to allow me to slack and to, put stuff to the side. I'm going to hold you accountable. And just as much as I want to grow, I want you to grow. And I'll put myself second because I want you to put yourself first.
Okay.
I want you to put your goals. And I feel like a lot of women are selfish. So like, I want all your time. I want all your attention. I want everything that you have. I want it. But it's like.
So what's the most important thing that a man needs that you want? What do you want from a man that's the most important thing?
Trust. If you don't have trust, you don't have anything.
Okay.
I would say that and like the ability to like care for people, I guess.
Like emotionally or financially?
Both.
Okay, so what does that look like? So here's what I'm asking. You want to be married. You want to have children. You have children. You're not sure yet. I get it. You went through a situation. You're young. Obviously, you're not going to dance the rest of your life, right? And you're not going to bottle service the rest of your life. But down the road, do you have like this white picket fence fantasy, or are you talking about, hey, we're gonna have a nice house, we're gonna live in this city? What's your plan? Because what I'm finding is a lot of young girls don't have a plan.
I've never been the type to, like, even as a young girl, like the white picket fence, the dog, the house, that's never been my vision of like my American dream or my happiness. Like, I want to be able to travel the world, and I value experiences over material things all day long.
Okay, so you want to travel the world. That's expensive.
Yes.
That's okay.
Okay, so is that what you want to do?
I've had the white picket fence life, and I found that that's not for me.
But you want to travel.
Yeah.
So now we're talking six-figure earner, right?
Yes.
A guy. So this guy's got to make six figures. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, right?
Yeah.
It's not that hard to make six figures.
But only 12%, only 12% of men in America make over six figures.
Six figures is only $100,000.
It's
I
only.
wouldn't settle for less.
Okay, but hear me
I
out.
make more than that.
Right, but here's my point. Out of those men that are doing it, how many are single, and then how many are available? So now you're competing,
And that's why I'm single right now.
but now you got to ask yourself what they want from a woman. Because here's what's interesting.
I might go lesbian. Ladies, okay?
Hey, the chat just blew up. No,
Holla at me.
but look at it this way. This is
your mama. Oh.
this is what I want you to look at. How many women are competing for that guy? Right? Because see, women think that there's an abundant supply of men that make that kind of money. There's not. The U.S. Census Bureau says 12%, like 112K or more. So if you look at that and go, okay, now you, Jade's like
Goodness.
6 feet tall, six-pack abs, six-figure income.
Who's not doing their taxes?
Right, exactly. So
Some of y'all are not reporting.
now you're like, okay, what race? And we break it down to fit everything. So here we go. So now, this is why attractive women are single, because they don't realize that they have to compete for that guy with 90% of the women that want that guy. Because only 10% of men are making that. The rest aren't. Those are the average guys, which are great guys. They can be great relationships, but you want to travel the world. That's expensive. That ain't $100K.
I don't need somebody to, but I mean, I've traveled quite a bit, but I don't need anybody. I'm not saying I want you to finance that for me.
Sure, but $100K doesn't cut it.
No, of course it doesn't. But
to travel the world, we're talking $250.
But that's why I need my my OnlyFans man to help make some content, make some money.
Okay, nice.
I just want a boyfriend to help me out.
Right now, are you on OnlyFans?
I am.
Okay, you're on OnlyFans.
Too.
You're both on OF.
We're gonna make videos together later.
Yes.
Okay. Make sure you subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. But here's what I want you to look at. So on paper, if we're not looking at you physically, because men are attracted to looks. That's the first thing men look at.
Of course.
Your sexual marketplace, your peak is 24, 25 for a woman. That's the best and the majority. Women always look their best around 24, 25, 26. After that, the looks start, not your style, not your total marketplace value, but your looks. It's like, that's the best you always going to look. Oh, I was so cute at 25. That's what the 35-year-olds say, right? Not that you're not attractive. So your value starts declining on the sexual marketplace value. Men's go up in their 40s in early 50s because their income goes up, right? Sugar daddy, right?
No, I don't want no sugar daddy.
But hear me out. At 18, the guy has nothing. No, you were born with value. At 18, once you became 18 years old as an adult, you had instant value, right? How many of you had to wait in line at a club? You've cut. You got pretty girl value, right? Privilege, right?
Privilege.
You got on the boats, the yachts. You're on all these, right?
Yeah.
You don't see 40-year-olds doing that. You don't see the ugly
own
girl
the
do
boat.
that. They own the boat. Okay. So here's where you're at. Now you're looking at a high value man, and the high value man, what do they want? They don't need your love. They need peace and respect, right? But what they're doing is they're doing what most women do, because you have men in your DM 24/7.
Oh yeah.
Fair?
Fair.
Always.
And so you're like, more of the same. More of the
Dusty,
same.
musty, crusty.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
And so the high value men are doing the same thing, and they're going, more of the same, more of the same. And so they start selecting who's going to be fit, feminine, attractive, submissive to the cause, that's going to be soft-spoken, non-aggressive. Maybe they don't have OnlyFans, right? But they get to pick and choose until they're ready, and then they say, okay, that's the one. So you have to understand, being a single woman, what you're up against. You're up against 90% of the chicks out there, right? But what you don't want to do is be in your 30s doing the same thing. So you have to adjust, right? So now an average guy can't ask you out. Do you get asked out every day on DMs?
Oh yeah. All the
So
time.
what would differentiate a guy from any other person that connects to you on DM? Because you're not going to date a guy from work. You probably have before. Fair? Maybe.
Maybe.
Hell no.
You've never dated a guy from work.
No.
So where do guys? So if you never dated a guy from work,
I have a bad problem meeting men at the gym. I like the meatheads.
okay.
Oh, I've only dated male strippers.
Oh my goodness.
It's terrible.
Epic fail. This is
I
why
know.
your relationship's not working.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh,
Reload.
Lord.
Bang, 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 bang.
I'm gonna have a new show, Comedy Hour with Amber.
Fuck. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh my goodness.
So you're being like a guy. You're like a dude right now.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hot chicks from the gym. You can't shit where you eat, right?
No, I know, and I've had to change
True.
gyms.
You go to the gym too?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not dating dudes from the gym. Oh, here we go. I can name the gyms too. I already know one of them where you guys are at, and I'm not stalking you, but I know all the gyms because I train at all of them. But at some club gym, something club, right?
Mind your business.
Gavin, what's up, Gavin? So
Gavin, hi, Gavin. Gavin's awesome. I will
Gavin's
say.
awesome, and Chris and everybody else. So that's funny, actually. I'm giving them free promos. I can't do that.
Oh my
I got to
goodness.
pay for advertising. No, but yeah, that's the problem. Because if and I'm not saying because of that particular gym, but when you're in the gym, as soon as you connect with a dude, he's connected to all the other chicks in the gym. You're like, wait, did he sleep with her too? You slept with him? Oh, you slept with his mom? Right? So you see what I mean? Vegas is very small.
It's a lot smaller than I
it's
realized
very
it was.
Right, because when I saw your IGs, I was like, oh, you're connected to 34 people I know.
Right.
Right? Let me double check. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Right? You know what I mean? So
Nobody's mom.
Nobody's mom. I go for the moms. But this is why I tell men, most men, like date in a C market, like a smaller city, right? Because you get into Vegas and it's like hard to be in a relationship here. Because you're getting hit up 24. But a guy of confidence is going to go, you know what? She's going to do what she's going to do, whatever. I'm fine with it. So when's the last date you've been on?
Probably been a couple months, probably. I work nights and weekends, so it's like the main time that people are off work.
You don't work 7 days a week, though, do you?
6.
Really?
I'm about my money. I want my
I
paper.
work like 4 days a month. I'm terrible.
You work 4 days a month?
I have passive income, so
Oh, from OF and some other things.
some other things.
Okay. Oh, see, this is getting interesting. I won't ask unless
Still
you
gotta
volunteer.
grind like you're broke. Still grind like you're broke.
So how much money would you say, if you could say in a range, you make a month?
I
Total,
don't wanna
overall.
disclose.
Okay. Do you make
that.
more than 6 figures a year?
Yeah.
I could if I tried,
Okay, you
but
do.
I'm not
sure.
gonna disclose that.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
IRS, don't watch this video.
Yeah.
Now they will because they just heard it. But this guy, the guy's got to make a high 6-figure income.
Yeah.
So now you know you're competing.
Hey,
right?
if he, I can see that he's has a drive and he's a hard worker, but just doesn't really know how to navigate that. I will do my best to help get him there, push him, and help.
Are you going to
get
respect
there.
him?
Of course.
But see, generally by nature, we find that women will not respect a guy if they're outperforming him financially. Because you date up. Women always
I
date
don't
up.
feel like that's true.
Okay, so you just told me you want to travel.
If I
You
really
just told me you want to travel the world. You can't travel the world on $50K a year.
Yeah, but if I can like I seen one of your videos before and it talked about this. One girl was like, I can help build him to be that man. You're like, okay, well if a man is just average and he's content and he's happy with that, you can't change him into being this 6-figure earner, this
100,
man.
100.
But if I can tell that he has the drive and he wants to know,
So you're trying to, but now you're trying to change him, right? Now
No, but I mean, if he wants that for himself,
So
but
now-
he just doesn't know.
So do you want to date a guy that you want to tell what to do?
No,
But that's what you're saying. He's beta.
no. If he's asking me,
Oh my goodness.
He's beta.
No, I like a man who.
So now you want to be, you need to do this, right? Like,
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying you need to do this. I'm like, maybe here are some options, and do what you want. Do what feels good to you.
what do you think, Jade?
So can
Listen,
I
we
tell,
can tussle.
Can I tell my story?
Yeah,
really
tell me
quick?
your story.
Okay, so like my type is all over the place. So before I was with like a country boy, like he makes like $8,500 a month, and then my second baby daddy, because I have 2 baby daddies, I built him up. Okay, he literally makes $50K a month now because of me.
But
And
why aren't you together?
Because the money got to his head.
Because he has options. Now, because he's high valued. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like when men start making money, now they change their perspective.
Oh yeah.
Right? See, they have more to play with. Because a broke guy, and I don't mean like an average guy. I'm talking like, I don't have any money. I'm making,
I was paying for him when we first got together.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the I don't want to say the majority of women date at their level and above. The majority. There's exceptions to the rules. Nothing's infinite, right? There's nothing definite, I should say. But generally what happens is a woman, like, for example, if she's making $200,000 a year, she's got to date a guy that makes that or above for her to feel comfortable in the relationship. Because they want the security. They want the protector, the provider. Right? What if you have children, not you because you already have children, you're like, okay, I don't want a daycare raising my kids. I want to raise my kids.
I definitely don't want to take care of
I want to be a full-time fitness mommy, right? Maybe you have your pocket, nails, hair, you're with your children, take them in the G-Wagon, whatever. Well, that gentleman has to make a lot of money to provide for you, right? Because he's out slaying the dragon. Now, if you want to work, that's fine. But people don't realize how expensive it is with children. Everything they tell you on the internet is a lie. It's double that.
Yep,
Am I right?
I got 3.
How much is it for what? $250 for books, and he doesn't even like. When my kids were in school, when they were younger in school, it was you pay $250, $250, you get all this stuff, and then you got to give all your supplies away, right? And then you got to pay this for glasses. You got to do this for this class, this for this sporting event, and then clothes and food. And you're like, wow, this is more than I thought it would be. Am I right? And then it's like, well, she doesn't want to work anymore. Uh-oh, right? Because you bought your house based on 2 incomes. But if he already has that lifestyle, if he already has the money, doesn't need your money, doesn't care about your degree, he cares about you. Now it's like, okay, now here's what is he looking for? The fit, feminine, submissive, attractive woman that brings peace and respect to the relationship, and that's supporting him emotionally, and at the same time he's supporting her financially, and he's there for her. Right? Go ahead.
Where do you think is that, since the gym is obviously obsolete and there's other places, obviously I don't want to meet anybody in the nightclubs and the bar. It's not really.
Well, this is the problem.
Where do you think is
This is the problem. The problem is that society now is on social media.
Yep.
See, I'm old. I'm double OG, old guy, original gangster. Like
my goodness.
we went to high. We didn't have this. That's how old I am in high school, right? We had the pagers. Right?
Me, baby.
I'm Dr. Dre's age, right? We had the pagers, right? And so we would beep, 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 right? Go to the payphone. You don't even know what a payphone is. Your kids will never know what a payphone is.
Oh, Lord.
So the thing is, everything's internet based now. So what's interesting is these people are DMing you. You advertise on your IG. You objectify yourself sexually. It is what it is. You got OnlyFans. You're making money. But you're going to have to, you know what? Let me look at this guy's profile. Because they're reaching out to you. That's the social event is Instagram. I get it, right? I understand. It's who's this dude stalking me? Who's this guy that's too nice to me? Because the nice guys you say you want, but you don't. You get bored. It's like, oh baby, please, you know.
That's true.
It's not that nice guys finish last, boring guys finish last.
That's my point.
Yep.
But nice doesn't equate and synonymous with boring.
Right, but you don't want to run over a guy either, right? Because that's a sign of weakness.
Choke me, daddy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to change the rating on here. Hold on one second. No, it's all good. So what I tell.
You're never coming back.
No, you can come anytime you want. You can be a co-host on here if you
Oh
want.
my goodness.
But like, I know this is gonna sound square, but hear me out. Where do you think successful men hang out? Now we do our time. We've been to the clubs. We get the VIP. We've done that. But where do you think we hang out?
Honestly,
I want to see what you have to say.
I feel like a lot of them are traveling or staying at home.
Network meetings, cigar lounges.
Boom.
Yeah,
Boom.
that too.
My buddy. Here's my buddies, right? Seven, 8-figure guys, right? 10, 20, 7 million a year, whatever. Dab, right? Because a lot of these guys don't have they made the money in the tech space, right? So I have a corporation in the tech space, right? So a lot of these guys didn't have game. I grew up with game. I was the guy, right? In school, finessing, talking to the girls was cool. But then it's like, how do I make money? Because if you don't make money, you don't have power, and with power comes women. When you have no money, you can't pull up in a beat up car. It's not about status, but at the same time, so these guys are like, hey, I want to come to Vegas to meet girls. I said, bro, listen, don't come to Vegas to meet girls. All these girls are getting hit up with it. The chances of hooking up with a chick in Vegas is like 1%, unless you're Andrew Tate or Drake or somebody that's famous, because nobody knows you. You might be famous on the internet, but nobody knows you. So they're like, what do I do? I said, look, let's go to the cigar lounge, chop it up, go to a lounge, whatever. You want to go to the club, go for it. I'm not going to a nightclub. Hey, what's the strip club? I said, go to this strip club. I know the owner, right? But at the end of the day, there's a monetary exchange of value. Women want something from a man in a relationship. They're either paying for it directly or indirectly.
I feel like girls are raunchy now, though.
They are. A lot of them. A lot of them.
Just fuck anyone. So.
Well, women control access to sex. Right? If you don't have sex, you say, no, don't touch me. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if I do, I'm in prison.
Oh my goodness.
And probably get killed at that point, right? But then men control access to the ring because they propose, right? So if women are giving it up, but only 10% of the men are having sex out of 100 actively, that's the percentages. So all those 10% of men are like, I have my picks and choosing.
Most of them aren't even in relationships, from what I understand.
They're not until they're ready. Good point.
They're in relationships that aren't having sex.
Well, if they're married, like this is my joke, right? All men pay for it. Some men are paying for it. They're married, not even getting any.
Yeah.
Right? Are you with me? So here's my question: would you date a high value man? Like, let's say Drake wanted to date you.
Okay.
I don't know who your go-to guy is. It might not be Drake. I'm just using that example. I don't know who your go-to guy.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay. Dwayne. Okay. Who's yours? Actor or singer?
I don't really have one.
Who's the dude? Okay, come on. Work with me here.
I hang out with celebrities and influencers.
Okay. So
it's
what
like
guy that's famous, that's almost a household name, that's a household name, that you would say, dude, I'd date that guy in a second?
Oh my goodness.
She's like, oh, we already got Dwayne.
I mean, I like guys like Zac Efron, Jay Alvarez.
Okay.
Type of guys.
Okay, so let's do this. You know that these guys are probably seeing other people.
Yeah.
But would you still date them?
Yeah.
So you would be fine with that. And now, what if you're in a serious relationship? Here's why I ask. Because most of these men, and I hear this all the time, I get in these debates, women making $200K, lawyers, attorneys, women, power, all this. No, my friend's husband. Every husband that makes a lot of money has options. Mm-hmm. Some of them have a side chick. Some of the wives know, don't bring home a baby or a disease. Yeah. Kevin Hart cheated on his wife. Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Ozzy Osbourne cheated on Sharon with 6 different women. It goes on and on and on because they have options.
So can we talk about an open relationship then?
Yeah, but they stayed with them. But the guy's not going to share his woman.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
That's why me and my ex split up.
Exactly. Because the guy's not going to, because men are wired to the point where and this is how men are. This is most women, other than one night stand, most women end up cheating because they got emotionally connected to a guy. They met this guy, there's feelings most of the time. Most of the time. I'm talking about the majority. Oh, I met him at work. He was a nice guy. We talked. You know, it just happened. I slipped and fell on the dick.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay. What? Now, the guys will go out and they're out of the club. And it's like, oh, I hooked up with this chick. What was it? Dude, I forgot her name. Because doesn't mean he didn't love his girlfriend or wife. Mm-hmm. Men are biologically wired to hump like the dog on your leg. That's how men are wired. Now, I'm not saying it's justified and it's okay. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you the facts of life. This is what happens with men. Right. And women are like, But
women are biologically wired to be to reproduce and mate with the biggest, strongest alpha, the most highest producing thing. So
that's why you date at your socioeconomic level and above.
But
you
just because I'm with a man doesn't mean that I shouldn't, because you're wired that way and I'm wired this way, doesn't mean, okay, yeah, we're together, but I see this guy who's bigger, stronger, has more money. Should I go fuck him?
You could, but you might not.
But just because I'm wired that way and you're wired that way doesn't make
it. But exactly. But I'm not saying I justify it, but I'm telling you it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I had a gal in here. She's like, well, that's why I don't date high value men. I said, well, you dated a broke guy who cheated on you.
Damn.
So
that's worse.
That's worse because the broke guy, let me tell you why.
I would have cried in a Lamborghini.
No, here you
exactly.
go. Listen to me. The broke guy generally doesn't have opportunities. And if he does have an opportunity with a chick that he's like, you guys are somewhat attractive, you're attractive girls, right? Mm-hmm. So if a brokey doesn't get attention, he's with one of you, and another hot chick, he's weak. He's going to get emotionally attached. Now that's 10 times worse because this dude's the guy. It's like, okay, whatever. I've seen so much TNA, whatever. That doesn't do anything for me. It's like, what else is there? Can you communicate? Can we have a conversation? Are you going to bring peace or chaos to my relationship? Are you a liability or an asset? Because guys look at that. Average guy's like, oh my God, I met this hot chick. That's all they care about because they've never been with hot chicks. Gosh. So if I go to the gym and I say, hey guys, I had these 2 girls on the podcast. You know what they do? What do they look like?
Yep.
Girls go to the gym. I met this guy. What's he do? What does he do for a living? Right? Are you with me? So you would be with a man that's seeing other women.
I would be in an open relationship.
You would. Okay. Yeah. What about you?
For the right one, I would be down for it. But if you're not, if I don't know. It just depends on the guy.
It depends on the guy, right? Because if he's broke, dude, he ain't bringing no value.
I feel like there's contingencies.
But and here's the funny thing. We'll talk about this, and we'll get more into your situation. But like Jeff Bezos, for example, is he attractive? You know who Jeff Bezos is?
Yeah. Cue ball.
Exactly. Jeff Bezos paid $38 billion for his girlfriend.
That's crazy.
That's his divorce. He cheated on his wife with a Latina internet news reporter who's attractive. Mm-hmm. He's sending her to the moon with all these women. This guy's a billionaire, right? You know Jeff Bezos of Amazon, wealthiest man in the world. His divorce cost him $38 billion. And
well, lucky her.
if lucky, but you said he wasn't attractive. This is my point. $38 billion. He's kind of cute. Yes or no?
No.
No?
But also, I mean, how much money is enough money?
But hear me out. If he was working at 7-Eleven, do you think he would have dated that lady? Have you seen his girlfriend?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. See, that's why I tell people it's not always about money, but it sure makes you look a lot better.
But I feel like a lot of people don't know their worth either.
Explain that to me.
So, for example, a really hot girl who's insecure will go for a guy that she feels like she's worthy of, which is usually less than her.
Say it again.
So, usually a girl that's very insecure will go for a guy that she feels isn't worthy. Like, she doesn't feel worthy to be with a guy hotter than her or with more money, so she ends up going for a guy.
But the guy that's hotter than her isn't probably going to date her.
But he could feel the same way. Like, some guys feel the same way. That's why you see hot guys with ugly girls.
Rarely, but still true.
Well, if the hot guy's with an ugly girl, he has no money. Let's be real. Look at this is a good point. I'm looking on the super chat. Rolo, who wrote The Rational Male, the book that all the podcasters use. Shout out to Rolo. He said Gandhi cheated on his wife. You know who Gandhi was, right?
Mahatma.
Yeah. And then he says, I can't read this. Oh, where's Jediah Bila when we need her? That's another podcast on Valuetainment. So you see what I mean? Like, because when you're 18 to 23, 24 years old, and I'm not picking on you because your age, just hear me out. A lot of you're more mature. You have children. You have to be a mom. You're more mature. You see the younger, oh my God, I met Billy. He's so cute. And Billy, like, she's making more money than Billy. Right? Billy's got an Xbox, smoking weed, drinking, has a little beat up car. And she's 18 years, but he's cute. As she gets older, because let's be honest, a 40-year-old guy was like, she's 18, bro. I'm good. 26 is bro, she's 26 and hot. Right? But he's not going to really look at an 18-year-old too much. So she's dating the guy that's cute. Now, as she gets older, all these men are coming to her. And they're like, hey, you want to go on my yacht?
Right.
He's as old as my dad. Girlfriend, just go. He might get you a Birkin bag. I'm joking, but I'm not, right? So now she's like, Billy, you ain't got no money. You can't take me to dinner. We go to McDonald's 3 days a week. I don't want to do that anymore. Oof. Right? So to answer your question, if he's attractive and he's young, the six-pack abs, 6 feet tall only works for so long. With no money, and then he's dating, but he's still having sex with women, but they're giving it up for free.
Do you care how much money a woman makes?
I don't care because I have my money. See, what's the most amount of money you spend on a guy ever?
On a guy?
On a guy, like what?
I don't know if I can like dial it down and quantify exactly how much, but I mean,
a birthday present. I mean, what's the most you've ever spent on a man?
A birthday present.
Shoot in the dark.
Took him on vacation. Probably spent like almost $8,000 for both of us.
You paid $8,000 for a dude?
Well, it was both of us for a vacation. It was his birthday.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that's rare. And I know you
like $2,000.
Okay, $2,000.
Yeah.
So for men, generally in relationships as they go on, if we're in an LTR, long-term relationship, you and I, and we're not married but we act married, we just didn't sign the contract. My money's your money, your money's your money. For example, if I bought my girlfriend a $70,000 Mercedes, I think the most she's bought me is something for $100. I don't need her money. I already made my money. I already made my empire. I already created millions in the tech space. And I've got my car, my house. I got everything already there. I don't need your money. I just don't want drama. Right? Are you with me?
Peace. Yeah.
Right? Now it's different when I was married. I was married before. I got divorced. I was out hitting the town. I was going to the clubs. And, oh, man, I hooked up with this chick. Dude, I didn't even realize how bad her voice is. Because you're thinking of one thing. And then it's like, you know what? It's not fulfilling. It wasn't fulfilling. It's like once it was done, it's like, Okay. Then I said I'm done, and then I started looking at gals that were out of Seattle area. I didn't want to date in Seattle. I think women generally in A markets, LA, Seattle, New York, Atlanta, they're jaded to a point because you're spoiled 24/7. See, men have to compete with other guys. Yep. It's like who has the biggest plume feathers as a peacock, right? Dude, he's got bigger plume feathers than me. I'm not talking about the penis. I'm talking about the stuff, right? Your stash, your equity, right? And so what happens is men feel insecure when there's other men around with more stuff because women are attracted to that security. But I don't care about your money, right? I'd rather make sure that you're secure and happy. I'm not saying that you're held hostage, but if you're, for example, like, no, you don't need to, why don't you start a business and you do mortgages online or real estate when the market gets good, what you want to do. I'd rather have you do that than popping bottles, right? Because you're going to get an Andrew Tate in there, you're going to get Drake in there. I got to compete with that. He's going to say, oh, here's a new Birkin, here's a new Rolex and AP, here's a new Mercedes. You're like, dude, this guy, he just dropped 70 grand at the club. I don't want to compete with that. Yeah. And he has a girlfriend and you'll still go on a date with him. Right? Yeah. The average dude, you're seeing somebody, I'm not dating you. You wouldn't date an average guy that has a girlfriend.
I don't know if I feel like a man with money is just, it's kind of like pretty girls out here. It's a dime a dozen. And I feel like I have respect for relationships. I wouldn't want to date a guy who's already in a relationship with somebody else.
But you said you go on a relationship with Drake. No?
No.
You wouldn't go on a date with Drake?
I'm not really that's not really
okay. The Rock.
I feel like if he paid her.
If The Rock said he wanted to take you on a date, now if you got a phone call,
I would do anything for that.
Okay, that's my point. Oh my goodness. That's my point. That's my point, right? Dwayne,
get a divorce.
Oh my God.
No, but see, look, Dwayne's coming in tomorrow, right?
Oh, first I was like, are you serious?
Yeah. So he has a girlfriend. So if he said, hey, let's go out.
He better break up with her right now.
It's all based on status and equity for a woman, right?
He's like so funny and so sweet. I feel like he's like would be just like
I don't fangirl
just cool to be like
this.
hang around like as a regular person. I don't feel like he would be like do.
So let me ask you this: would you ever, for the right man, you got in a serious relationship, would you ever shut down your OnlyFans?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Because I like to do it, and if they're not, I'm not gonna settle for less. So if a guy thinks that what I'm doing is wrong, then I'm not gonna go for him.
Did you have a problem with your? I'm not saying this is your man if he's liking other girls' pictures on Instagram and
so
bikinis.
I used to be really jealous, but I feel like with my ex because.
No, let's say you got a new boyfriend and you see he's liking all these hot chicks, like her Instagram heart and everything. Yeah. Would that bother you?
It depends. Are we in an open relationship or is it?
Well, no, because let's say you're not in an open relationship.
Okay.
Would that bother you?
I feel like, I don't know.
Because the reason I ask is because men are liking your pictures.
Yeah.
So if men are liking your pictures, why can't he like other women's pictures?
You can't control who likes your photos.
But you can because your pictures I've seen on your Instagram, hello, hey, I'm open for business. Not in that way, but are you with me? You can change your Instagram.
No, yeah, I would if that bothered somebody. That
not bothered. No, it's not bothered. It's called a respect issue.
Yeah.
Right. So if I remember, it's like, oh, you like this girl's? I said, yeah, but look at yours. You got all these dudes in your DM. I don't care. Show because when I met.
Well, if that was that mutual understanding, like, okay, you whatever, then cool.
But
if it's something that you brought to my attention, hey, that bothers. Your Instagram bothers me.
I'm not talking about a person you're dating. I'm talking about you're in a long-term relationship. You live together. You're married, but not on paper.
Okay, yeah. So
and you got a relationship, and he's like, "Look, here's the deal. I make $250 a year. You don't need an OF.
Yeah.
I just prefer you change your IG a little bit. Look, you can be.
Why is he trying to change you now?
If there's somebody that I cared and respected, I would hope. I would my man, then I would change it for him. Yeah,
okay,
if it bothered him.
Cool. Now
no.
You would say no, but this is what's going to happen, and I'm not always right, but I'm rarely in doubt.
Okay.
You like that? That always puts a guy on the couch. You think you're right? I said no, I'm not always right, but I'm rarely in doubt.
Yeah.
Like, what? Sleep on the couch. You like that? The choking session. No, just kidding.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna get demonetized.
I'm sorry. PG-13, guys.
So here we go. the 25, 26, 24, 23-year-olds I grew up with were of that mindset. Now, OF wasn't around, okay? Wasn't around. So it was that mindset. But here's what happens. You're going to get into your 30s. And then you're going to get in your mid-30s. You're going to go, oh, shit, now I'm ready to be serious. But your value dropped. What you could have had is not what you can have now. And now what happens is you see the 40-year-old TikTokers, the women.
Okay.
I'm single and I'm looking for mingle. I can't find a man. You don't want to be that girl.
Oh, God.
And it goes quick. Hear me out. You do what you got to do. But when it comes time, if you meet your man, knight in shining armor guy, you meet the guy, you're like, oh my God. And this is, I'm going to get to you in a second because this is going to be a tough challenge for you. You have children, so hear me out.
Yeah.
So he's going to say, hey, look, first of all, he saw your IG. He's like, okay, here's the problem you got to get past is your IGOF because you're objectifying yourself sexually. So now the guy's looking at you as a sex object, even though we look at a woman as a sex object. But he's like, oh, I've been in all these situationships, but not relationships. But you're attracting guys that are after one thing. Not that you won't find the right guy. But let's say you get past that barrier and you meet the guy. He's like, look, I really want to be serious with you. And it's not about a man being insecure. It's about protecting his territory. He's like the Lion King. He's like, he wants to bite everybody's head off, right? With respect, but he doesn't want his bride out there showing her stuff. That's just how guys are. Now, if he gets to that point and you're like, okay, you already said you'd do it. You guys been together. He's like, okay, we're moving in. We're serious. I'm gonna go into a corporate job part-time until I figure it out. Maybe he's going to help me with the business. He's making a lot of money. I'm changing my IG. I'm still going to look beautiful, but I'm not going to be like, hey, right? I'm not going to do, right? My OF's gone. So here you go. And this is a battle I have with a lot of mothers.
Okay.
This is your vertical alignment, okay? In a relationship, do you guys believe in God? Yes or no?
Yes, I believe that there's
No,
something bigger out
okay,
there.
great. Okay. So we'll use that and not use that for you. So vertical alignment. You ready? I put God first. Now, I'm not a Bible thumper, okay? I sin every second of the day. I'm sinning right now. The stuff going through my mind, I'm sinning. I'm just kidding. But are you with me? I'm like, I'm a guy, right? Okay, yeah. And I swear, do this, speed, do all that, going 105. No, it wasn't me. So whatever. Then I have to put indirectly but directly my business, which pays for everything, has a security. Not second, but second. Mm-hmm. Okay, are you with me? I put the queen second. Yeah. After myself. So it's God, then myself and my business, because that is the foundation. I don't want to be on bamboo still, so I want to be on concrete.
People are replaceable.
Right. But then she comes next. Then, because we're married, if we're not married, but we're married, then the children. Mm-hmm. Right? Biblical.
You're not married? I thought you were.
No, I'm not married. Not on paper. 4 years we've been together, but
okay.
I'm not. That's another conversation.
Okay, I'm just.
We'll get into that. Good question. So then here's what happens when a lot of problems moms have, and this is something you think about, okay? And before you jump out of your chair, I can already see it. Did you see the claws come out?
Oh my God!
Look at it. Is when you get into a relationship and you're in love with a man, you're supposed to put him before you. That's the submission part, right? That's the letting the man lead the family. And then here's the other thing.
If you're traditional.
Exactly. So if you want a traditional man, then you got to be a traditional woman. She just walked in this. Thank you. Perfect. Because hear me out. You want a traditional man? If you don't want a traditional man, then that's fine. But if you want a guy to be a provider protector, you're going to have to be somewhat of a traditional one. I'm not saying giving up your identity. That's bullshit. Nobody's giving up your identity. I'm not saying don't have a voice. I'm saying, hey, I'm going to put him first before me. Then you got your children. See, they already have fathers. And a man doesn't want to be another, but he will take that role over because he'll be around your children all the time, right? And this is where the conflicts come because men have been in these situations. Lived together for 2 years. Maybe they got married. Those are my kids. Don't tell my kids what to do. Now we got issues. Are you with me? Mm-hmm. See, we have challenges. So that's why when you have children, you were married, which was good. You made an attempt. It's try to work that marriage out as much as you can, unless there's issues, substance issues, abuse issues. I get it. But I fell out of love, right? or I'm not happy anymore. I don't know why your marriage ended. That's between you. Cheating. There we go. Okay. And he made how much?
Well, now he makes $8,500 a month.
$8,500 a month.
Yeah.
So not 100K, but $8,500 a month.
Yeah.
There's my point, right? Because as men start getting older, they start seeing their value, and they're like, "Wow, I can have this." All I had was a Xbox. Now I got an Xbox and a bitch. Just kidding, right?
Yeah.
Are you with me? So one of you had a question. You had another question. What was it?
I think I asked you if you were married, but
Yeah. So marriage. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't support modern day marriages because of the law. I support the concept.
What do you mean?
The law rewards women to get divorced.
yeah, we're.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Wait, is Nevada a community property state?
No,
Oh, that's California. Okay.
I already checked that out.
I should know that.
So let's talk about that. So women are rewarded in our society to get divorced. See, hear me out.
Okay.
Once you get married as a man of substance, of valor, right? A man of valor and value, now you have no leverage. Because at any given moment, she's like, you know what? I'm having a bad hair day. I'm not emotionally connected. I want a divorce. You lose not 50, you lose 60%. You got to move out of that house, get a shitty apartment. You give half your income, child support. You get to see your kids on weekend. Now you're a weekend warrior daddy, right? So what happens is women get your maternal instincts are going to kick in if they already haven't. You've been there. Once a woman gets to 30, now she's like, oh.
Haven't made it that far yet.
Right, but here, watch this. Your sexual peak is at 24, 25, 26. Mm-hmm. Are you with me? You follow me?
Okay.
Here we go. Now, traditionally, it's like, ooh, I'm going to get married. She's cashing her stock in because she's maxed out her value. Not as an individual human being. I'm talking about your looks. Mm-hmm. Now, there's women that are older that are attractive. I'm not begging on them. Men just started in their 30s, right, 35 and 40s when they reached their peak. They cashed their stock in early. They didn't wait. This is why I tell men, wait till you're 35 or 40 to get married. Wait, because
Marriage
now
is just a piece of paper.
It's a piece of paper. So to answer your question, Amber, if the laws were changed, I'd be all about it. Now, I'm willing to do a ceremony, do all that stuff, but I'm not signing a piece of paper where the government...
I never believed in marriage on paper either.
Anything you sign with the government is not a good thing. You're getting hot. See, I put her to the test. She's sweating.
No, I agree that.
Play the music.
I've always said that too, though. Like,
she takes,
Oh my God.
But are you with me? The pressure's on. Yeah, she's...
because I mean...
We're going to have an after-hours show, okay?
I mean...
So... They're going to say, I'm getting flagged. Instagram. The police are going to come after me.
Oh my God.
The cat sound. That's what's killing. Do you have cats?
No.
Okay, good. Okay.
I got 2 big dogs.
Big dogs. Okay. So being in a relationship, what I tell men is that LTR, 35 years old, 40, get married, right? If you don't do that, do the LTR. Work out something in a trust where if something doesn't work out, she gets something, give her something of value, right? Mm-hmm. But things have changed since the hormonal birth control kicked in 65. That gave women the opportunity to be promiscuous without any responsibility. Because now they can go out and do their thing and go, oh, I can go out and because before, back in the day, you had a kid, you're getting married, have a kid. Then that changed. And women's rights, the feminist movement came out, was we want equal rights. Well, you got them. Now they want equality, right? Now they want to be a man, and then they get an argument, and they want to pull their penis out in an argument and be the man of the relationship. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're emasculating me.
But now you have to have 2 incomes.
Unless he's high valued.
Yes, that's true.
See?
But you said it's only, 10%?
Right, and so to get that guy, this is what happens without an attitude. Just drop the facade. Be relaxed. Home, right? Pressure points, right? Woosah. Without the attitude, can you compete and do what it takes without saying, I ain't competing for no man? Can you do what it takes to get that guy? Are you willing to do it? You have to do more because you have children. So most guys are like, oh, she's already got 3 kids. It's
baggage.
I hate to say that because children are beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't want to say baggage. But
a lot of guys think of it as baggage.
That's a bad word, but it becomes more of a liability because it's so as a guy, it's like you know, she's so sweet. She's so feminine. She's so soft-spoken. We've had disagreements. She didn't go on an emotional roller coaster. She didn't break her phone throwing it at me.
Oh God.
Right? She didn't. She's not a bad drunk if she drinks. She's a responsible mom. She really cares for me. She's feminine. She's submissive. Everything. She has children. You have to be more of that to compete with a girl that's not. Right?
Yep.
Because the man wants to bring in his own biological children. And you probably, I don't know if you want more
kids.
There you go.
Yep.
So the guy's like 35 years old. Okay, I'm ready to get married and have kids.
And I'm already done.
Boom. So she has to find a guy that says he already has kids, he's done, and she's super nice. Now, the thing you got going for you, when I told you this, you were open and receptive about it. Mm-hmm. I talked to some women, and they're very defensive. Mm-hmm. And what happens is they're going to end up dying alone with their cats and boxed wine and Netflix watching, you know, the Titanic.
Oh God.
Right? Crying, and then they get their TikTok out.
Cat lady.
Right. And angel numbers and horoscopes, no pun intended, right? Okay, so for you, you're in the situation where you have, I don't want to say an advantage, but understanding that this is what you're up against, right? And the guys are out there. But when you get the guys, once they get it out of their system, I call it the body count. Mm-hmm. Then they're like, okay, they're older. And here's the challenge. You're 26, right? What's the oldest the guy can be?
I was just talking about.
I don't know. I kind of like them from 35 to 45. That's kind of
okay. Good. What about you?
My sweet range, I think.
They can't be older than my parents.
How old are your parents?
52 and 54.
Okay, good.
They're friends with my parents. That's like.
I know your parents. I hung out with them last week. I'm just kidding. No, but that's good. So when I met her, she was 26. I was 48. I'm 53.
Okay.
See?
You look great.
Okay.
But I didn't go on and do, because Instagram doesn't have a dating profile where you can say 18 to
right.
18 to right. And I saw her,
Filter it out.
and she had a basic bitch IG, right? Basic.
1,000 followers.
I don't even know if it was that. I think it was like 4. She's from Tucson. There's nothing in Tucson.
I barely have 1,000 followers, guys. Leave me alone.
No. But that's okay. There's nothing in Tucson, right? And so it's like, oh, I don't even know how it came across. And she's a fitness girl. She's just getting into fitness. She had meal preps, and I liked her meal preps. And then she liked something back. We're going back and forth. And then I said, 26. I said, oh no, she's too young for me. I'm done.
Goodness.
I'm done. But she was so nice. And then I met her parents. Her mom's like, no, I raised her to take care of, be a good wife. I was like, oh. Her dad's like, I told her to cook for her husband. I was like, oh. Then she flew up back and forth. And I'm like, she was raised to be a good wife, not an independent woman. Because if you're independent, you can't be codependent. People say, I don't want to be codependent. A relationship, you cohabitate in a relationship where you rely on each other either emotionally or financially. If you say, I'm going into a relationship, I'm going to stay independent. Independent means alone, solo, right? And so her mom raised her to be a good wife. The culture, though, she's Mexican. So born in Sonora, raised in Tucson. Now, Tucson is like Mexico. It's basically like, might as well be Mexico. But I went to a C market, not on purpose, but as I started doing my data and analyzing things, it's like, oh, data girls from LA, data girls from New York, dude. It's like, dude. And then I go to a small town. It's like, what's 6 figures mean? That's what she said.
Hispanics, I feel like those are some of the best.
They are or not. And I'm not getting into a culture thing, right? I'm black and white, but everybody has their challenges, right? Jokes. We have our little jokes about race. But, you know, certain Latinas are, whoa, there's the 7th phone I've replaced, right?
Oh, God.
But it's all not on race. I call it on culture, where you were raised. Because you guys are in a fast, sexy, hot market. Fast, and I don't mean it in a degrading way. Fast women, sexy women, hot cars, lots of money. It's Vegas. You know, what happens in Vegas, this is my quote. What happens in Vegas ends up on social media.
Yep.
That's why when you go to the pool, next time you're at Wet Republic in the pool, pull your camera out, start videotaping, watch all the guys do this. I told my wife I was golfing in Scottsdale.
Oh my goodness.
Right? So what's next? So you guys are...
I feel like I'm single because of the independent thing that you said.
And that's... And not looks-wise, that's kind of a masculine trait.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're
And I'm trying to find the balance between femininity feminine and then
But you also
masculine
can't
energy.
be too far on the other side. Like, I just want a man to take care of me, and like you have to still like.
I
feel
dug
like there's a
myself
fine
in a
line.
hole doing that.
Like you have to be.
No,
able to,
you didn't. You got beautiful children.
I mean,
You didn't
but
dig
when
yourself in a hole. You got beautiful
when
children.
we split up and divorced,
Mm-hmm.
it was like I had nothing. So I never I lost myself in the process.
Well, here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
With due respect, you chose the guy,
That's true.
right?
But I also chose to lose myself in the process.
Well, you didn't lose yourself. You became a beautiful mother of beautiful children.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what I'm saying. Well, back to the rock. Choose wisely,
yes.
because
I
if you
learned my
lose, you got some equity at play. You have a house. Hey, look, it's not working out. I'm not saying your goal should be going into a marriage on the top of your mind, say I'm going to take half. Right? That's a bad way to look at it. But I bought her a car.
You gotta have a parachute.
Yeah, I bought her a car. She has a $70,000 Mercedes. Here you go. It's her car. You take it if something happens. Here's some money if something happens. Here's she's trying to get her pro card in fitness. She was a hair color specialist, the best one in Phoenix in Arizona for like 8 years. She was the best colors. People would fly in to do, she'd do the hair and but down there you're not making any money, right? And then she goes, I'm going to come to Seattle. I want to do hair. I said, great. Well, the pandemic hit. And then it was I had the kids full time pretty much. So they're older, high school. One was in high school, one was in going into middle school. And she's like, well, I'll work with them at home because they got to do school from home. And she couldn't do hair in Seattle. She shut down the city. And then she just started competing. I said, look, don't worry about it. Because I made enough money for you before you were here. And, it's cool. I don't abuse the right. I treat her like a queen. She treats me like a king. Now, she has a voice. She has her own person. We do have disagreements, but I say, this is what I prefer. We work through it. But she also says, okay, well, if that's your decision, then great. Right? And it's not a perfect relationship, but there's zero drama. There's zero drama. And at any given point, she can pack her bags and have money in a car and bounce. And she's attractive as hell. So she can get a guy with a plane. She had guys with private planes asking her out. I see, she's like, look at this DM. I'm not on her Instagram for a reason. Because she's a fitness girl and she's trying to go pro. She wants the fans. And if I show up there, she's going to lose half her followers.
Yep.
But I've seen her DMs. The guy's got millionaires are asking her out. But I also know that this is the guy. Ready? This is what a man's going to say. I choose to be with you. I don't need you. But if you cause drama and chaos, I don't want you. But if it's pleasant, peaceful, and happy, we can be in a relationship. But I also know I have the skills and capability to go out and meet somebody. I don't want to. I'm happy with who I'm with. But she can also upgrade. Easy. You can upgrade. You can get any guy you want if you have the right mindset. It's all a mindset.
But why do... Sorry.
See, I already choked you out. She's getting emotional.
Got 3,000.
Oh my God. So why do they still cheat then?
Back to remember the lady in red. Yeah, biological. It's not because you don't do it. It's not because you're lacking in anything.
Okay.
It's not. Trust me, man. I'm a guy.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going out to that club because I know myself. Men are, and I want to say we're weak, but men have testosterone for a reason. We were put here to duplicate, replicate, multiply, and have children.
Yeah.
As many as a man can, right? Like if you go back in the Bible, right? I talked about this. King Solomon had 700 wives and 600 concubines. Now that's one wife's enough, right?
Yeah.
But hear me out.
I don't want to be like Nick Cannon.
He exactly. But he had them because nobody else could touch him, right? And everybody had multiple women. And then society changed. And morally, biblically, it's like, it's not good to have multiple girls. But guys are wild. I'm telling you, men are. Look at the lion. I'll give you an example. Look at the lion and the pride. He has all these lionesses. He has like 6, 7, 8 of them. And it's just his. And anytime one comes around, he goes after him. And they battle to the end. And then he's like, okay, you win, you can keep him. Until he gets too old. Then he gets tired. And I'm like, okay, I just want one. Mm-hmm. I'm done. Right? And then I don't take this the wrong way.
Oh, God.
Be with a girl who likes girls too.
True.
Right? Because you might be bi-curious, but not bisexual.
Yeah.
See, no comment. See, I already know.
No, right, but I mean, you can't just expect every girl to like girls. So
No, but they have options.
Yeah.
The average guy doesn't. He'll take what he can. It's like, oh, she's pretty cool, great. I'll take all this, all that, all the bad stuff with it. She's drama, but it's all I can get, so I'll take it.
But I feel like half the time women feel pressured into being the cool girlfriend and, you know, like just wanting to make them happy. And at the end of the day, they're not happy. They're like, yeah, I'll, you know, have fun with the girls because I know that's what he wants to make him happy. Even though in the back of their mind, they're not happy. That's not what they want. But they just want to make him happy.
Yeah.
But guys don't give a fuck. Oh, sorry. Give a crap about the woman's feelings in the background. Like,
Well, they care. People care. They just, there's a certain element of where you're at in the relationship, right?
So the argument is, can you fuck a girl if you're in love with someone else?
100%.
As a guy.
yeah, those are
100%. 100%. It has nothing. It
Those are
doesn't.
independent.
It doesn't. You have the choice.
Mm-hmm.
You can say no,
Yeah.
but you can be in love with a woman.
But if you really truly love someone, then would you actually do that?
That's why men are wired this way. This is what people don't realize. This is gonna go against the Bible. We're not designed to be with one woman. We're with one woman because that's what society wants us to do. Now, if I go out with another girl and hit it and quit it, it's not because I don't love her. I had that desire built in me. Now I can control it and say no. Make it say no. When you get to the guys that are way up there in the upper echelon, it's like, I don't even need to, no, I'm good. I've been there, done that. Like, I can say no all day long because I've done it. But on the way up, you're like, yes, 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 yes. And then you're like, you hurt my feelings. Now, a woman, if she's like, oh, I don't even know this guy. I'm in a relationship. This guy's bugging me. Now she's at work and she's talking to Frank about her feelings, her emotions. Are you okay? I saw you crying. Oh, yeah. Do you want me to get you? Yeah, let's go to lunch. I'll talk to you. 90 days later, now she's getting emotionally attracted. Women are never single. You're never single. You guys are not single. You could go out tonight and get a date. Fair?
Yeah.
You go out tonight and get laid. Fair?
Yeah.
Guys aren't. So pretty women are never single. You always have an option. And so if a woman cheats, it's harder for a man to, that's why women want bad boys. Because in order to get multiple women, there's a skill. You have to work, you have to earn it. As a man, you have to work your ass off to get to this level. That's not the goal. But if you get to that level and you can be with multiple women, that's indirectly attractive because women know, right? If I get on the phone, I have to work at it. It's like, okay, well, maybe tomorrow. Are you available? Right? I'm not rock. Are you with me?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean he doesn't love the chick. He loves her to death.
So what about a girl? Can a girl do it?
No, absolutely
Why?
not. Because now she's emotionally connected. That there's meaning behind it.
But I feel like some women just like.
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Would you just go fuck a random dude tonight?
I mean, I could.
You could, but would you?
I could if I wanted to.
Would you?
Yeah. If I wanted to.
Right, but you wouldn't. Because you don't want to do that. Because you know it's available. You know it's there, but
I feel like I wouldn't because I don't want to have a bad experience, and the whole like experimenting thing just like it could go bad.
Okay.
Know?
So,
like, what if it's not
No,
good?
I mean.
okay, let me ask you this. I'm gonna get personal.
Okay.
Okay, what's your body count? Do you mind telling me your
God.
body count?
I knew this question was gonna be asked.
It's under 10.
Really?
See you later. Bing, 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 bing. See? Oh, are you lying?
No.
You have to be lying. There's
See?
no way.
See?
for
Hey, how long? Wait, how long were you married for?
Most of my dating life,
For like, I said like a year.
most of my dating life, I've been in long-term relationships. So,
And you didn't cheat.
my first relationship was for 6 years. My next one was for 4 years, and then I was in a relationship. For
But you
about
didn't
a year.
cheat.
No.
See?
I didn't cheat either.
See?
So for
But
most of
you-
my dating
but-
life,
but
I've been
you
in
could have.
relationships.
Yeah.
See, because here's the thing. You guys have this immense availability of attention in men. So it's like water. It's like, oh, it's just a bottle of water, right? All of a sudden, this water has gold flakes in it, and it's worth $1 million, right? And then you're thinking, oh, wow, I built this emotional connection. If you build emotional, because women, it's all about emotions, man.
I feel like the more people you sleep with, the less you have that emotion.
It's called pair bonding. So,
Yeah.
so
I've seen videos about this.
yeah. So six men or less. If you sleep with more than 6 men, it's a 25% chance of you pair bonding with somebody, right? Because your oxytocin levels, they I don't want to say deplete, but they're not as sensitive. They start going away because now the emotions. It's all about emotions, right? Are you with me? Now, again, accessibility. Like, I've been out there, 30s and 40s. You know, it's a damn Blazarian lifestyle. And then you get older, you're like, you know what? I'm good. Been there, done that. Been in that car many times. Whatever. Been around the track. There's no other value. It's just P is P, right? It is what it is. And so then it's like, okay, now I'm going to chill. Now I'm going to do, travel with her, do Scar Lounge, whatever. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been out just recently, and it's like, why this Brazilian girl won't stop talking to me? And she's like, oh, I saw your podcast. This girl was a dime. But I'm like, no, I got to go. Because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to slip and fall into some pussy.
Oh my God.
I'm a guy.
Wet floor sign.
but it's just so you know, and there's no science behind preventing a man from doing this, right? It is what it is. But I think what happens is you have to be, like you said, open relationship. Opportunity doesn't mean he'll jump on it. If my girl told me she said, oh, if you want to be with her, go do it, then fine. I don't want to because I know I can. But if
he didn't want me sleeping with other people.
You shouldn't.
I mean,
because now it's like, here's what happens.
Why am I gonna sit there and get played though?
Watch this. If I sleep with multiple women, great. I don't bring home a baby or disease. You sleep with multiple men, and I'm your man, and now you're pregnant. Now we got
birth control condoms.
It don't matter. There's just like I know that one couple that's fine. That there's always the exception to the rule. See, it's all about securing our DNA. Is that my kid? I don't know that that's my kid, right? I don't want my woman. And why are you sleeping with these other guys? Are you emotionally connected? If you're not emotionally connected as a woman, now you're a 304. Okay. You're not. See? Okay. Any other questions?
I feel like why can't women like enjoy in one sex just as much as a man does?
You can, but when you want to be in a relationship,
but then we're like treated poorly because of it. And
exactly,
it's all
because
standards.
you can get it at any time men can't. We have to work at it.
But it's all
not high value
standards.
men. I mean, you just said my high value men can get it whenever they want.
Right, but that's why you're attracted to them because you know they're available. If you see a guy out with a pretty chick and then the next weekend you don't see him out and he comes and talks to you, he's attractive. But if you see 5 dudes, you see them in Vegas. They're out at the club and they're doing they got the bottle service and you serve them at their table. There's 7 or 8 of them and they got their own table and they're all trying to talk to you. You're like, dude, please. Oh my God, girl, here's Rock Dwayne Johnson. Oh my God, does my hair look good? He's at my table. Oh my God. Okay, show my boobs, not too much. Okay. Hi, Dwayne. Oh, hi, how are you doing? I'm The Rock. What's cooking in the kitchen, right? Whatever. So yeah, you're done. Panties wet, whatever. She's probably not even wearing them.
And slide, baby. Welcome to the slip and
There you go. It's like, hey, I want you to come with me on the castle. Really? Oh my God, I'm gonna. He's got a woman. I don't give a shit.
True.
Girl, bye.
Okay, real quick because we got to end this. So we're going over. Any questions you got? Final questions.
For all the ladies looking for men out there, what would be one piece to leave them with?
All the women looking for men?
All the single ladies. What would your be?
All the single ladies?
Advice?
All the single ladies. I just think that you just have to understand what men want. What they really want is peace and respect. They really do. Men don't, because men are simple. Fun, football,
what if you're
fucking.
an independent girl, though?
Then stay independent.
Yeah.
Don't
Like
be in a
single?
relationship. You're going to have to. You get a cat. Well, seriously, watch The Notebook. Don't get a TikTok after 30. I don't know. I'm just being honest because you're independent. But here's what happens. You see it on Instagram. You're going to be 30, 40 years old and alone and single. And
I don't mind.
You don't mind. Yes, you do.
I really
Okay.
don't.
I'm trying to find my lover, man.
So here's what question do you have?
I don't know.
Come on. You got to have one question.
Let's talk society standards because I feel like everything is based off of society standards. Like when you were born, you're like put on this earth and then everything just comes to you. And it's like, oh, here, do this, do that. like, here's what I'm going to teach you, and this is how life should be, you know?
Here's the problem is your great-grandparents or grandparents, your grandparents still alive? Are they married?
One.
Are they still married?
Well, one of them is, one's not.
Okay, how long were they married for?
They're still married. So
it's a different value system, right? A lot of the mothers and even fathers, or lack thereof fathers, is they're raising their daughters to be independent and not good wives. And it's creating challenges because it's that feminist mindset. It's that wokey left mindset. And what's happening is that by 2030, 50% of women will be childless and non-married because of this mindset. Go out, get a good education, go make your money, boo-boo, don't worry about a man. And what happens is they end up alone. And their defense response is, I don't need a man. You say you don't need a man, but you do need a man. You know why?
I don't want to change my tire.
Because your OnlyFans wouldn't work if you didn't need men.
Yeah, I could.
You wouldn't make any money. You're telling me...
Have you heard of Miss Lexa?
Okay, but wait, I'm talking about you. Your audience base, don't tell me it's less than 90% men.
No.
Right. So men are paying to see you, however you portray yourself.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's men in your life. You're making tips because of your looks at bottle service. You don't show up with raggedy old clothes on, right?
Of course not.
With Ugg boots, sweats, and a North Face jacket, and no
I have
makeup.
the face card, so.
Right. Okay, so you my point is, and then men have to understand that we are being emasculated inside. It's bad to say you're a masculine man. You get the toxic masculinity coming out, and it's a bad thing. Now the red pill's getting flagged.
Oh God.
Men need to be masculine. That's how this is. That's
Right.
how the duality of everything works.
And so what's happening is nuclear families are breaking up, and moms are trying to raise boys. Only dad can raise boys to be men, and moms can raise girls to be women. But it's how you do it and what your end outcome is in your result. And if you raise your children, you have your boys and girls.
Yeah.
If you teach your girls, you want to meet because your grandmother say, oh, you're going to be a nice young man and get married and have kids. And your mom's like, you know what? Go make money. Don't rely on the guy. And so what happens? Now we got single moms, men that are available that aren't married, not having sex, population's going down, everybody's miserable. And now we're going to get AI robots to have sex with.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
Goodness.
It's crazy.
All right. So here's what we'll do. I want
Maybe
you guys
we
back.
could customize them.
There you go.
No, I'm
Oh
kidding.
my God. This one vibrates the screen. So
It's so warm.
before we get off the show, I want you to do this. Get a 2 to 5 year plan. I want you guys to write this. I'm going to have you back on the show.
Okay.
When we have more time, we'll have a group of people. But write a 2 to 5 year plan. Everything you're looking to do and change in your life in the next 2 to 5 years. That includes a guy or not. Because you said you wanted to be married one day, right? Yeah. So working on this one. Another counseling session lined up. No, but thanks for coming out.
You're welcome.
I want to end this show, but make sure you guys put this on. I'm gonna come out with the shorts, the reels. I'm gonna put it on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask for your forgiveness up front with the comments. Okay, I have no responsibility to own those comments. My editor puts the great reels out. No, I'm just kidding. But you guys are gonna be back on the show for sure. Okay.
I love it.
You guys make sure you check out their IGs.
Yes.
Amber. We're working on Amber as well. She's a little wild child, right?
Hey.
Jade, same thing. Check out their IGs. If you want to message them, DM, and say you were
Going down in the DM.
Tell them you saw it on Hot Vegas Nights so that they'll respond. Maybe they'll respond. And then thanks for seeing the show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, and hit the bell for notifications so you get any videos in the future. And remember, this is the only podcast in Vegas where the truth will set you free, and it's the only one that has a dating show right now with single available women.
Yes.
See, you're available. I won. Undefeated. Right on. Stay strong.
Ding, 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 ding.